Hello, my name is Nadine Whitfield, and I'm here to talk to you about the REST Web Service Testing with SoapUI course. Thanks, you've made a smart choice by purchasing this course, and it's jam-packed with value and practical tips that are going to help you test APIs better. Now, there is a similarity in names that needs to be cleared up right away, and that is with Web Services or SOAP and SoapUI. SoapUI is the name of the tool, whereas SOAP is the name of a protocol that is used for messaging that can be used by computer systems, two different systems, to send messages back and forth. We're going to be using SoapUI open source. If you look at the information on Wikipedia, we see that SoapUI is an open source software project. It's been around since 2005. It's written in Java. It runs as a desktop app, and it can run on Windows, Linux, or Mac. I'll be using it on my Macintosh laptop as we work our way through this course, but you can follow along on any operating source that you like. We'll be getting the software from the smartbear.com website, and they have sponsored a number of open source tools that are all geared towards helping to standardize the way the APIs are documented or tested. They also have contract testing tools and editors and Swagger editors, all kinds of stuff. We're going to be using the open source version of SoapUI, which you can download here. And then I'll give you a quick overview of our roadmap for the rest of the course. So we've got 7 modules or sections in all. First, we're going to be starting with our system under test, which is SOAP and REST APIs. We'll be talking about the nuances and the protocols, the differences, and the similarities that they have with each other, use cases where you could find these different services, and then the workflow to get definition files, whether you're working with a development team or if you're on your own to get the documentation for the services. Then next, we're going to look at API testing concepts and also challenges and some of the tools that exist out there now, and why SoapUI is a good choice for testing your services and APIs. Third, we'll be installing it. We'll be installing the software, setting it up on our local dev machine, where to get the downloads, etc., etc. And then we're going to explore the capabilities of SoapUI, the things that are built in out of the box that make it easier to test your APIs more effectively. Section 5, this is where the rubber meets the cement. This is where we're going to learn how to create test suites and test cases and test steps, and also to pass values between test cases and build an end-to-end scenario that mimics something that a real user would do with these services. And that is where the real power of SoapUI shines through, because once you have a working end-to-end test, you can take that same test and repurpose it as a load test or as a security test. So you write it once and then you can reuse it multiple ways and places. We'll also learn how to automate our tests enough to run them in a build pipeline, for example, on Jenkins or CircleCI or Bamboo server or Teams server. Then we're going to look at best practices for API testing, some good practices to use in your tests to help your test hygiene and also to improve the test coverage. And then lastly, we're going to look at next steps. If you wanted to scale your test up, for example, or if you wanted to try testing other kinds of services with different protocols aside from HTTP. And then the very final activity will be a quiz. We're going to have a quiz that summarizes the entire course. And if you get a passing grade on the quiz, you will receive a certificate that you can put on your LinkedIn profile or on your resume. So with all of this in mind, let's get started. I'll see you in the next section.